Omagyanatimirandhasya Gyananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Have you ever met someone who's had over 25 biographies written about them? If you think you haven't, you may not be aware, but Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had over 25 biographies written about him. Of those 25, it said 7 are the most prominent, the most major. 7 are studied regularly by Gaudiya Vaishnavas today. And of those, it said that 1 is considered the most comprehensive, the most confidential, and the culmination of all the accounts of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's life. One scholar calls this biography the final word, because beyond this biography there is nothing more to be revealed. And that biography, which is held in such high esteem, which is glorified in so many ways, and which was given to us, the real Bengali sweet, as Srila Prabhupada said, is the Chaitanya Charitamrita. What a gift, what an opportunity, what a wealth, what a prized possession that each one of us somehow or other, by some inconceivable fortune, have access to. Kaviraj Goswami says, Chaitanya Charitamrita Nitya Karapan Jaha Hoite Premananda Bhakti Tattva Gyan. He says, Chaitanya Charitamrita Nitya Karapan. My brothers, study the Chaitanya Charitamrita every single day. Jaha Hoite, by doing so, Premananda, you will taste the happiness of love, Bhakti Tattva Gyan, and simultaneously you will grasp all the confidential secrets of Bhakti. Because everything you need to know about Bhakti, about devotion, about awakening pure, unalloyed, unadulterated love for Krishna in the most intense and intimate type of form, that is contained within the Chaitanya Charitamrita, and therefore indeed it is the final word. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Yuga avatar. Gaur Kishore Das Babaji, he says that when you are in one kingdom, then you don't glorify any other king. You only glorify the king of that kingdom. And therefore he says, when you are in the Kali Yuga, then you glorify the king, the Maharaj, the avatar of Kali Yuga, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and there you repose all your devotion, all your attention, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the gateway, the access point, the connection to Krishna. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Radha Krishna Nahe Anya. He is Radha and Krishna combined, but he is coming to show a process by becoming a devotee himself as to how we can access. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did incredible things. He was a revolutionary, and this is what you'll read about in his biography. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was a revolutionary in so many ways. Politically, he changed his environment because he organized the first civil disobedience demonstration in the history of India in that way. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu revolutionized culturally and socially, because he spoke out against caste discrimination and elitism in the name of religion. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu revolutionized the world philosophically because he brought together all the truths and then harmonized in a teaching known as Achintya Bheda Bheda Tattva, never before revealed to the world. But not only did Mahaprabhu revolutionize politically, culturally, philosophically, but perhaps most importantly, he revolutionized the world spiritually by exuding a type of love of Godhead that was never seen before. And not just that, awakening and sharing and infecting mass numbers of individuals with that same intense love for God. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed that spirituality is not just about rules and regulations, but it's about the most deep, profound, emotionally intense experience of fulfillment of the heart that anyone can ever imagine. And therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he began this teaching, the Gaudiya Sampradaya. Gaudiya doesn't just mean the followers of Mahaprabhu who hail from Gauda Desh, but Gaudiya also, some commentators say, relates to Gaur or Jagri, because the Gaudiya Sampradaya is not just the Sampradaya that hails from a certain geographical location, but it's the Sampradaya which reveals the sweetest type of theology, the most beautiful and charming and enchanting theology to the whole world. And in that way, the Gaudiya Sampradaya and the theology of Srimad Mahaprabhu is unparalleled. We have an opportunity to share this with the world. We have the opportunity to be part of perhaps the most important movement in the world. We have the opportunity to be part of the legacy of the greatest teachers in creation by sharing with the world the story of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And there's no better way to share the story of Mahaprabhu than sharing the Chaitanya Charitamrita. When we share the Chaitanya Charitamrita, we're not just sharing a theology, but we're taking part in a spiritual revolution. And not just that, we're actually entering the pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which the great acharyas say are going on even today. Think about this. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu demonstrated pure love of Godhead. Later on, his disciples, the Goswamis, documented love of Godhead. Later on, in the 1600s, the followers of the Goswamis, Srinivas, Narottam, Shyamananda, they disseminated that love of Godhead and that teaching to the surrounding areas of Bengal and Orissa. Later on, in the late 1600s, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur deepened that understanding of love of Godhead by adding many more realizations of rasa in his unparalleled writings, sharing his infinite wisdom and realization. And later on, Baladev Vidyabhusan defended that teaching of love of Godhead by writing a commentary on the Vedanta Sutra and re-establishing the Gaudiya Parampara as 100% bona fide. Mahaprabhu demonstrated, the Goswamis documented, the followers of the Goswamis disseminated, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur deepened, and Baladev Vidyabhusan defended, and then the following members of the Paramatma distributed that knowledge far and wide. Bhaktivinoda Thakur sent the teachings west, and Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur sent his preachers west, and Srila Prabhupada, our Srila Prabhupada, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, he ventured to the West and made Chaitanya Mahaprabhu known everywhere. So this is what we're part of. Mahaprabhu demonstrated, the Goswamis documented, the followers disseminated, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur deepened, Baladev defended, and now, along with all our illustrious teachers in the previous generations, we have the opportunity to distribute it. This is the greatest work in the world. Look around us now and we see so many terrible things happening in the world. If it's not a pandemic, it's the prospect of a world war. What is the solution? Is the solution a political adjustment? Is the solution hiding away and doing nothing? Is the solution science and technology? None of these things will be solutions. The only solution is to spread love. And the only way we can spread love is if people awaken love within themselves. But the only way they can awaken love within themselves is if they connect with the Apostle of Love, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And what's the best way for people to connect with the Apostle of Love? By reading the Apostle of Love's most authoritative biography, the Chaitanya Charitamrita. So let's do it. This is a great opportunity. When you give someone a book, you don't just give them paper, pen and ink, but you give them the opportunity of a whole new life filled with love. So let's do it. Let's pray for each other, let's support each other, let's inspire each other, and let's do it together. Let's distribute as many Chaitanya Charitamrita sets as possible. This is the most important work in the world. My obeisances and gratitude and full respect to all the Vaishnavas in this line for doing this amazing work. This is surely something that will put a smile on Srila Prabhupada's face. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. All the Vaishnavas ki jai. Hare Krishna.